I think one of the things that, especially if you spent like your entire time in employment and you've held that pride of having a job, and that's the social or family background you have and things like that, you can get blinded and blinkered by it. I remember sitting down and having a conversation with, well, she's my fiance at the time. It was like a week before our marriage. And I was like, I think I need to just hand my notice in on the 1st of October because I don't think I can keep doing this. And she's like, well, why would you give up a job? So I can get made redundant tomorrow. You know what I mean? It's like there's no guarantees in this world. Now, granted, I'd been at the company over 7 years and I was a manager. So I had a 3-month notice period and I'd been there 7 years. So therefore, I would get a certain amount of redundancy if I was made redundant. But the average salesperson lasts 18 months in a row. So if you're working as an SDR, if you're a career SDR, and some people are, companies may not give you 1, 2, 3 months notice. 2 or 3 months notice. You might be on 1 month's notice. To accrue a decent amount of redundancy, you need years of service. You also need to be, I can't remember what the age is, but like in your 40s, because then you get enhanced redundancy if you're in your 40s. So, for example, I know someone in my team um, that from a previous role was made redundant, and they were at the time they were made redundant, in their 40s, and I sort of was looking up and I was like, oh God, you would have got this much, like a 1.5x multiplier or something like that. So if you think about if I got a 9 to 5 now, and what happens if I'm rubbish, they'll let me go. And if I'm great, which you are 500% in 1 month, redundancy can still happen. And we're, companies that pivot, sales can be quite volatile. There can be layoffs, last in, first out, all that stuff. So what security really does a 9 to 5 give you unless you're stuck to the same 9 to 5 for 5 or 6 years and you've gone through the ranks and you've got an enhanced notice period and you potentially qualify for enhanced redundancy and things like that. So I think people think that 9 to 5 is safe and sound, but it's not necessarily that. And it's very similar. I had a conversation with my sister. She was considering a career change into midwifery. And my parents, they're 60 70. They still think the NHS is one of the top employers in the UK, like for places to work, not number of people, places to work. And it's like, no, a recent survey said like 30% of NHS staff feel that they receive bullying from management. It's a high pressure environment like sales,
Mm.
where you're asked to deliver more each year with less, like sales. Sometimes people are promoted into leadership positions because they've been there the longest and they're good at their job, like sales. Huge comparisons. And I said to my sister, unless you're willing to like dedicate your life to midwifery and you're willing to be underpaid, overworked, and underappreciated, don't go and work for the NHS. My wife works there because she did her degree in a subject that she was passionate about, and she lives and breathes this subject. Um, but in a heartbeat, she'd go and do it privately if she could, because it's not the NHS she loves. It's developing that service. And if you love sales, then why not put your eggs in the sales basket? And there are plenty of opportunities out there to work contracting for companies